My name is Dylan Lee. I'm the Assistant Director of Communications and Engagement for the City of Wilmington, North Carolina. I've been in charge of our television production operations since August of 2000, and we have partnered with ClarkPowell the entire time that I've been with the city. When I arrived at that time, I believe ClarkPowell had done some minor installations, but we were televising meetings out of our council chambers at that time. But as you can imagine, the technical needs of our meetings increased over the years. And Clark Powell worked with us on a number of upfits in a building, a historic building, Thalian Hall in Wilmington was built in 1858. And that's where our city council met for basically the last 20 years. So we had a control room in there, as well as, of course, the public address system in the room, display in the room. Uniquely, we had a large 10 by 14 foot screen, drop down screen behind the mayor that we use for display, as well as monitors on the dais in there. So that was a success, but the city has grown, and we, in about 2 years ago, purchased a new Class A office space, formerly occupied by PPD. It's on the riverfront here in Wilmington, about a mile away from our old offices. And we immediately began moving offices into this building, but we knew that the movement of the meeting facilities was going to be a heavy lift. So we worked with a general contractor, Monteith, to do a number of upfits to some existing meeting spaces in here. And because we were moving a lot of existing equipment over from the old facility, we were able to secure Clark Powell as the audiovisual integrator through our general contractor. And they worked with the architect, which was LS3P, and they worked with Monteith on the design of the facility. So what was previously 8 meeting rooms is now 5. So 4 of those old meeting rooms got opened up into one large room, which I'm in right now. It's our city council chambers. And this is our flagship room where we have city council meetings, planning commission, historic preservation, and some other planning and development meetings. We've also held some internal staff meetings in here, some virtual hybrid type stuff. And then we've got 4 other smaller meeting rooms next door that we do council work sessions and some internal meetings, again, virtual hybrid things. It was a heavy lift. Starting from scratch. I mean, this room that I'm in was nothing but studs and eventually drywall. And Clark Powell was in on the design from the get-go. And we've got a control room, I don't know, about probably 75 yards away from me that, of course, is our outbound for all of our live web streaming and our cable access channel. So the whole thing got set up in a very quick period of time because we had to perform live meetings in the old facility. And then we had about 3 weeks to move to the new facility and get stood up for a live meeting here, which was an extremely high profile situation because we had elected officials from throughout the state present to celebrate kind of the opening of this new facility. And Clark Powell got it done. They got it done. It was kind of like stresses me out a little bit just to think back to what that was like. But yeah, they had the technicians here on hand the morning that we opened it up, and we got it done, and we looked good. The organization looked good from the jump on our new facility, and it's performed exceptional since then. And it's exactly what I expected because even though a lot of our equipment in the old building was aging, and again, the room was not created for this purpose in the old building. It was built prior to amplification, and so Clark Powell made it work in there, and I knew that they could make it work in here, and it works exceptional. The room now seats, let's see. about 3 times as many citizens and residents at our public meeting as it used to. And of course, there's a great deal of technical expectations, like making sure that everybody can see and hear okay throughout the room of this size, as well as the virtual components that we use. Not to mention the the capacity that's in our control room. We've got 6 mounted cameras on the walls here. We've got about 14 or so hardwired microphones and the ability to deploy another 10 or so wireless microphones. We've got 2 large monitors mounted on the walls, 2 drop-down projection screens with projectors, and multiple smaller monitors for City Council and the speaking public. So yeah, it's working great, and we couldn't be happier in the new facility.